Well, I just got this Hiwatt finished. It's a kit amp, the Mojotone DR103 Hiwatt 100 soft parts kit. And does it sound like a Hiwatt? Sure does. Very freaking cool.
£9 for two?
Yeah, £9. That is going to get nowhere. One that comes on my street is either £1 a piece or £2. That is going to get nowhere with that.
No, he ain't, is it?
No, he ain't.
That's well bad, isn't
Yeah,
it?
you should know. And he only does bloody card. Stood there with my cash. Bloody hell.
That's well bad, isn't it?
Bloody well bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, bet he can hear me.
I'm sorry, operator, I can't hear you. I'm trying to use the phone.
Well, I got another kitchen table project, but to be honest with you, I can't remember what I actually bought. I'm gonna build a Hiwatt amp, and so I bought the Mojotone DR103 kit just for the preamp. I had some transformers laying around. I'm gonna try to use it with the L34s, but I wanted a cabinet because I like the way Hiwatts look. So I found this one used. It's a head, but a solid state head, which I'm gonna gut. But, you know, might as well see how the solid state sounds before I tear the thing apart. So this ain't a Marshall. Dang. Hurry, man. Awesome. This is gonna work well. What did I buy? It's a Hiwatt Leeds 50. Only because I wanted a Hiwatt cabinet and the chassis that I'm gonna redo with a tube amp. Well, let me clean this mess up and we'll assess the quality. I bet it's built well, but we'll see. Well, she's fired up here on the bench. I'll just do a quick run through of it. It's a solid state amp. I don't like it. Doesn't have enough balls. Not great, but okay, let's go to, that's heavy. So that's too thin and fizzy for me. Sounds like a cheap effects pedal. That sounds too mid. To me, not enough bass and treble. But Hiwatt's are known for clean tone. What's the clean sound like? Well, that's better. Reverb ain't too bad. All right. It doesn't sound good. I don't like it, and I'm not going to do a high quality audio demo. In general, the definition between the bass and the mids, it just sounds congested to me. It's just a solid state amp. However, it looks cool. So this is going to be an excellent cabinet and chassis donor for a hand-wired tube amp I'm going to build. So I'm going to take this apart and let's look inside, see how well it's built, even though I'm going to, you know, take the parts out. The case is pretty nice. The Tolex has a few little gooches on it, but nothing I can't glue back down. I like the Hiwatt logo. I might trim this down a little bit because I don't think the original Hiwatts had that much white exposed. But this is, you know, one of those phenolic tags where, you know, it is recessed. The Hiwatt logo is recessed. All of the labels on it are silk screened. So this is the Leeds 50 solid state amp. And I've never seen these new in the US, but I've seen them online ordered from China or overseas. Let's take a look at the back upside down. The case itself is pretty nice. It's a little bit smaller than a Marshall small box. So it should, I hope it fits my tube circuits, my hand-wired tube circuits. That's my box of junk. You can see I got the preamp built. Oh God, it looks good. But anyway, we're going to take this apart and see how good they build solid state amps, because Hiwatt's known for excellent build quality. And if I'm going to hand wire it with a Mojotone kit, I'm going to try to make it look like an original Hiwatt. Well, let's get this panel off. Well, I already like the Forsteners on the back. Nice stainless steel screws, and they got the nice cup washers, and they're nice ones. They're not the cheapy. I mean, this is decent hardware. I like it. So even for their budget solid state amp, at least the back panel screws are nice quality. Cool, nice tight fit. Yeah, that's press board, and you can see that Tolex is not bad. It's decent quality. I would give the Tolex a B+. The first challenge I'm going to have is most tube amps, the chassis are screwed in from the bottom. This one's not. It's screwed in here through this. Yeah, wow. Is that simple? If they did that, I'm going to be impressed. That's a good engineering choice. So all I did was take the back panel off. Yep, this is going to slide out, I think. Is it? Yes. How cool. That's pretty cool. Well, is it coming out? Yes, sir, it is. So here's the moment of truth. Oh, nope. Wow, yep, we'll see. I had a power amp from a Crate Vintage Club 30, which is kind of like an AC30 power section, 4 EL84s. And I took that power section out, attached it to the Mojotone DR103 preamp, and put it in a solid state head chassis. And does it sound like a Hiwatt? Sure does. Here's the clean tone on the middle position for P90s. Very good. Should we look inside the case? Yeah. Total particle board, or press board, whatever you want to call it. High density fiber board, or medium density MDF. But what's cool, you do have the front panel screws, so you can take the front panel off and re-Tolex it if you want. That's cool. But I like the small box. So let's take this cover off here. Hey, these trim washers here. And once again, nice hardware. So I give them a A for the hardware. That's a beefy, nice screw. I give them an A for the hardware. I give them a B plus for the Tolex. C minus, nah, maybe even D for the wood. I mean, particle board, but you know, it's a budget build amp. Of course, for particle board, they did paint it nice. Oops. So, oh yeah. That's what the chassis looks like. Looks like a decent power transformer. The reverb unit is just free dangling in there with springs. I don't know what gauge the steel is, but that's heavy enough. It's not really twisting. Yeah, component-wise, it looks like a nice, simple, clean build. So nice job, Hiwatt. For a budget amp, I think this is built pretty well. Yeah, it's gonna work out fine, I think. Should I mount it like this? I don't know. Let's think about this. But it's right at the edge of breakup, so I can do, you know, it'll just get a little grindy. That's pretty close too. But why I really wanted a Hiwatt is for the clean headroom to get like Dave Gilmour type tones. And already it's right at the edge of breakup. And what's awesome is it got the creamy mids in it. And it's got that edge, that bright edge. Well, through the magic of movie editing, there she is disassembled, and I only goobered my thumb up in one spot. You can say, quality-wise, this is like a leather touch sofa from Ashley Furniture. Anything you put your fingers on was pretty high quality, but when you got under the hood, things got a little bit cheap, but not too bad. I mean, this is a budget amp. What I'm after is the head shell, of course, and the chassis. Decent cliff jacks, the standoffs are good. Cheap little pots, but I'll use these pots for replacements and other parts. Caps, what are those? I can't tell. What brand is that? Honex, I don't know. Honex, some Chinese brand, whatever. But anyway, the components look relatively decent. That is a Federal transformer that's internally thermally protected. Decent power switch. I mean, just looks like, you know, most everybody else's Chinese amps. So it's half good parts, half bad parts. And the chassis will be a decent chassis to build a pretty freaking cool low watt, high watt head. Oh, and that's a crate chassis that I've gutted to get the tubes and the transformers out of. So I'll use the power section out of that crate and the preamp section from Mojotone. Well, since the sustain is not awesome, I added a Wampler compressor down here. I love that tone. And to polish it off, let's add a plate reverb. That's just gorgeous tone. Well, it's day 2 of the build. You can tell a tool explosion occurred in here, but I figured I'll give you an update of where I sit. I've got all the holes drilled in the chassis. Clean some of this up. So it's gonna look like so. So it'll look good, but as you can see, the chassis is in upside down. And the reason it's upside down is because I had to, you know, drill all the tube holes and such. And I'm trying to do this cautiously because I don't want to have, you know, a ton of holes. More holes in this than a Suge Knight Shyamalan, a Ding Dong movie. But you might ask, hey, you got transformers on it already. How'd that happen? Well, what started this build was I repaired a vintage Club 30, a crate vintage Club 30 for a friend. Here's a chassis for that. These amps sound great. It's a 4 EL84 amp. Pretty good cleans, and the distortion is a little aggressive, Marshall type, but it's a good sounding amp. But man, they have the crappiest pots in the world in it. So I fixed this amp for him, gave it back, and within 2 months, another pot went bad. So he brought it back to me. I replaced that pot, and while I was replacing it, another one went bad. And so he's like, man, just fix it so I can sell it. And I'm like, well, I'll give you $60 for it, just because I wanted the transformers out of it. And he said, yeah, that's a go. Oh, I know. Let's listen to some Strat tones. That's breaking up a little bit too much, so let's back the preamps down. Oh, I forgot to mention, I have the preamps linked. I'm plugged into the Brilliant channel. I just shut the link off. Let's turn the link back on to get the normal back in. That's pretty good tone. It's almost Fender tone. Fender amp tone. It's a little bit bright. Because it has an AC30 style power amp, I added the cut control, which is cutting treble after the phase inverter before the tubes. That's the treble's totally cut. Very good. Now all the way up, this is gonna hurt. So I'm shocked how good this works. It's a Hiwatt preamp, which is super high headroom, with a Vox AC30 power amp, which is not super high headroom. But I can control that headroom by how much volume I add at the power amp. Here's position 4. Still a little too gainy. Very cool tone. So, all my tube holes and all my cap holes are cut. Slowly cleaning the chassis. So I'm going to start installing some of the components now. Yeah, maybe I'll start wiring it. I don't know. How far should I go with this, building it, before I got to take it apart and paint it? I don't know. And what do I do with the control panel? Because now it's going to be in there upside down. Yeah, I don't know. But so far, it feels pretty sturdy. It's not as sturdy as an old Fender chassis, but it's not bad. I think it'll be reliable. So this is going to end up being a DR103 with a 4 EL84 or it probably 30 watt output. So I might call it I don't know what I'm going to call it. A DR20 maybe? We'll see. I'll fill you in as I go. So what happens when we put a rat distortion pedal in it? I got that rat wide open, so. How about a clean neck? We probably want more gain for that. Pretty cool. So what happens when we wow all the way up? I almost don't want to do this. Well, so she just fits. It's a very tight fit, but it does fit. So the time I spent laying it out, I think it's going to be successful. But you can see the 12 AX7s in front, I'll be able to get tube shields on, but once I get the EL84s in, I won't be able to put spring retaining tube shields on them. I might be able to get those strappy things, but I probably won't put anything on them. I will definitely have to cut a vent in the back panel. So let's look at this a little closer. Yeah. I kind of goofed up, but I was forced into that. The power inlet's over here, speaker jack, impedance jack, which is good. The speaker and impedance is right next to the speaker transformer, but the power's going to have to run all the way down here into the fuses to get to the mains transformer. The only reason I did that is I didn't want to cut a new IEC hole over here and then move, you know, I'd have to put it here, and I didn't want to go on top of the original Hiwatt stuff. I'll probably get black tape to cover this stuff up, or I might just leave it there and give myself little sticker notes, just so that if I don't like this amp and sell it, you know, if somebody bought it, they'd say, hey, you know, I don't know what I'm saying. I almost don't want to do this. That was a torture test and it passed, but let's get back to reality here. Okay, so let's slide this out. The thing is, there's a ledge here, so it just clears. That's going to be good. Set this aside. You can see the top, but what I wanted to show you is I'm going to try to wire this exactly like a real D103 using the military spec installation methods. So the only thing I don't have in yet is the sockets for the EL84s. They're on order, but it should look like this. That's a picture of a real 1969 Hiwatt DR103 100 watt. And it's going to be laid out the same. What am I missing? Oh, it goes like this. Yeah, so I do have the cap, the board. It's laid out exactly the same, except these fuses are going to be down here, and these speaker jacks are going to be down here. Yeah, I think it's going to be cool. Can we get a good tone again? This, oh, I forgot to say, this is a hand-built 2x12. It's an oversized 1x12 with a Thiel port in it. I kind of took the dimensions from a old Mesa Boogie design. And this amp, it has bass quickly. Too much, yeah. I think it sounds fantastic. What I haven't tried is humbuckers. Now the fun part, wiring it like Hiwatt does. Yeah, 90 degrees, clean. It's gonna take a while. I also added negative feedback. So it's on the standard setting. Let's take some negative feedback out so that the power tubes get a little crazy. That's pretty freaking cool. Very, very creamy. Nah. Obviously, it's not going to be a metal amp. What happens if we give it a treble booster? Not bad tone, but it's not going to be a hard rock or metal amp. But in general, very freaking cool. I'm proud of myself for putting a 4 EL84s on the back of a DR103 preamp. Because if you back the master volume down to get rid of the power amp distortion. And bring the preamps It can even make a Les Paul sound bright and chimey. Fantastic amp. It's almost like it's the cleanest preamp and power amp when you have reasonable settings, but you can also overjuice the preamp and overjuice the power amp and get some rock settings. I really, really, really like it. Hiwatt, you should build you a 40 somewhat watt mini Hiwatt. Freaking cool. Greenback, oversized 112, Hiwatt. It's about 35 watt. I don't know. I biased them at 12 watts a tube, and there's 4 tubes in there, so 48 watts of plate dissipation. It's probably around just a hair over 32 watts. So, to give you an idea, it's about as loud as a Vox AC30. But, yeah, cool. Thanks for watching.